Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Sorry I missed last week, but here we are again. I was just thinking today about many years ago when I was the CEO of the organisation that my father founded called the New Hope Trust. The motto of of our work there was sacrifice, surrender and service. And you know, today that still holds true, that motto: sacrifice, surrender and service. I was reminded about when I was a little girl how we stayed in King Street in Peterhead in our town, and I used to walk from Peterhead over to the church that my father had founded called Zion Tabernacle in Hope Street, across the city, well, across the town, not quite a city. And I used to carry my mop and my bucket to do the cleaning. I was just a young girl and I was so embarrassed that I was afraid that any of my friends would see me carrying this mop and bucket, and we didn't have a car, and I used to walk over and do the cleaning and then come back. I would take the side roads so that nobody would see me. But you see, God was preparing me for a future day. You know, I realised that unless we are willing to pay the price, then God can't use us. You know, if we're not willing to sacrifice, if we're not willing to put away the chairs after the church, if we're not willing to wipe the tables, if we're not willing to do the extra things that need doing in the background, before we can reach the platform, there's a lot of service to be done. And if you're hoping one day to serve God in a fantastic capacity, start at the bottom. Well, it's not really the bottom, it's the top, because Jesus called us to be servants. And if we want to follow him, then we have to serve. That can take many different varieties that shows in different ways in all of our lives. Some of us are doing something different altogether. We're working in an office and we're trying to become, we're serving our apprenticeship. And you have to do your apprenticeship before you can become a fully fledged mason or a joiner or anything at all. If you want to do the big job, then you've got to go through the apprenticeship. It's the same in the gospel. Apprenticeships are very important because God is looking for faithfulness in the small things. When I look back on my life, I laugh at some of the things that I made people do because I would do them myself. I expected if I cleaned the toilets that other people would clean the toilets. But you see, it's for a day after the day that you're doing that manual work. It's serving. It's showing God and showing that you are willing to do anything that it takes to further the kingdom. Furthering the kingdom of God isn't just on the platform. It's in your home. It's with your friends. It's serving. It's serving in the background. It's serving in the Sunday school. Serving in the kids ministry. It's serving making the tea. But it's serving God. And so many of us, we want the top job. Well, unless we go through the apprenticeship, we can't be proved faithful. And I ask you this morning, if you're struggling with obedience, perhaps you just think, well, why should I do this? I don't want to do this. This is below my station. Take a look at Jesus. Take a look at the life that he led. He took the towel and he washed his disciples' feet. And it's such we would think that was a lowering experience, a humbling experience. But for Jesus, that was showing us the way that we have to go. If we want to do something great, we have to start with something small. I hope this morning that you can find something to do. There are old people everywhere that need a cup of tea and they need some friendship. There are young people who need advice. They need a shoulder to cry on. They just need someone to be there for them. Then we start in the older generation, the people who are becoming leaders. We can make the tea while they do their service. We can do things to help them. We can be there. We can give advice from our vast experience. Make sure that you're willing to serve today. If you can't serve, you can't lead. Many times, people are difficult, especially when you become a leader. People are difficult to handle because our egos take the better of us. We begin to think that we're better than anybody, and perhaps, nobody can tell me what to do. Be humble. Make sure that you can learn. Make sure that you're willing to listen from the older person who's willing to spend time with you. Just give you a bit of advice, just a little bit of a tweak here and there in your life. because often that can save you so much heartache. Be willing to serve, sacrifice, surrender, and service. It still holds true today. If you can't do these things, then you have to start at the beginning and work again. God bless you today. I pray that you're blessed. Hope to see you have a good week this week, and hope your blessings come upon your home and your family as you serve. God bless you.